Here's the instructional video for a planter box working on our sustainability unit. Alright, so safety first. Make sure you have your safety glasses. If you have long sleeves, pull them back up. Any type of jewelry, whether it's on your hands, take it off. Any necklaces or bracelets, also remove those as well. Anybody with long hair, make sure you have it pulled back. That way it won't snag. And last but not least, any sort of hoodies or sweaters with strings need to be completely taken off and hung up. Okie doke, so step 1, sanding. You're gonna need a clamp, some sandpaper pads, and a power sander, preferably one of the circular ones, and of course some scrap wood. So grab those pads, make sure it has the soft felt on the back, and then you're going to attach it to the power sander. Next, take one of your pieces of scrap wood and clamp it down to the table. Now that everything's set up, you can go ahead and make your power sander live by plugging it into electricity. It's pretty simple, on-off switch. Turn it on and just run the sander up and down the board. Turn it off, but wait for it to come to a complete stop. Alright, step 2, adjustments. You're going to need some measuring tools like measuring tape, a speed square, a ruler, and of course a pencil. You want to be able to hide your marks. Get your sanded scrap wood. Look it over for any defects. Mine had some splits, some nails, some warps in the edges, anything like that. So I went ahead and made a mark to where I would like to cut. So now measure at that mark. It's about 3 1/8. Remember, measure twice, cut once. Then on your other boards, you're going to go ahead and measure that out to make it nice and even. So I make the mark with my pencil, and then grab that speed square, put your pencil on the mark, and then bump the speed square up next to it. Make your lines nice and dark. Step 3 is cutting. You can do this on the miter saw. Make sure it's unplugged first, and then you can set up your cut. You're always going to need a clamp for safety purposes. Pull the blade down to find the exact match that you need for your precise cut. Once you have that, finish clamping the board to the miter saw table. Now, make sure you have your safety glasses and of course your ear protection. Now that everything's set up, make the tool live and plug it in. Go ahead and pull the trigger, bring the blade down close to the board, and go ahead and start it. Cut through the board, and when you're done, release the trigger. Let the blade come to a complete stop. Before you touch anything on that miter saw again, unplug it. Now it's safe to unclamp the workpiece. Step 4, plans. Go ahead and play with your newly cut pieces. See where the scrap wood fits together the best. This may take a little while, but you'll find your right fit. Once you do, make some marks on there to help you remember how the pieces fit together. So I marked right side, left side, and which face of the wood it should face. Now I'm going to brace the wood on our table clamp to get ready for the next step. Step 5, joining. You're going to need a hammer, a power drill with its battery, of course, a drill bit, and some nails. Make sure the drill bit matches the size of your fastener. Now, attach the drill bit into the power drill by spinning the grip until it clicks. Then you're good to go. Make the battery live. Make sure the tool is going forward. Set it to the drill bit setting and a medium speed. So now you're going to drill your holes. You don't want to drill right on the end. That'll get in the way later. So drill a little closer towards the center. Push the drill in and then hit it into reverse to pull the drill bit out. You're going to repeat this process about 4 different times depending upon the size of your box. Be sure to not drill too far deep. That may cause problems later. When you're done with the power drill, take the battery out, and now you can start nailing your fasteners in. Push it in as far as it can go and then hammer it in. Try to make the head flat with your surface. And go ahead and do that for all of the holes that you've pre-drilled. Unbrace it, take a look at what you did, and then brace it again with the side up to pre-drill your hole right there in the center. Now what happens if you drill too far into the wood by accident? That's okay. Just grab a nail that's a little bit longer, but the same size. That'll do the trick. Step 6, sanding those joints. You want to go to the belt sander. The on-off switch is pretty simple. There's a start button and a red stop button. Of course, you're going to need your safety glasses. And then try out that safety visor to keep the sawdust out of your face. My box was a little warped, and the wood wasn't matching up quite the way I'd like it to. So I'm going to take it to the belt sander, and the first thing I'm going to do is figure out exactly how I should hold this thing when the belt sander starts. It's a powerful conveyor belt, and it'll jump on you if you aren't careful. Once you're ready, turn it on, and then very carefully hold the board right onto the belt. You only need to hold it there for a couple of seconds before you pull it off. Check to see your progress as you go. Once it starts to look good, go ahead, turn the belt sander off, and check for any more defects. Alright, step 7, create box ends. So now we have to make the ends for this thing. You're going to want to take your measuring tool, find the correct measurements for the side of your box, and then on a spare piece of scrap wood, measure out that end. Repeat that process we used earlier with the speed square and the marks with the pencil. Make sure you do both ends because we're working with scrap wood and things can be a little disjointed and disorderly. So always measure twice because you only get to cut it once. Lay your tape measure on the last end and make a new mark. This saves wood in the long run. Take your boards over to the miter saw and repeat the cutting process. So step 8, attach your ends. You're going to need some popsicle sticks, some wood glue, and of course your ends with your box frame. Take your stick, spin the glue a little bit. You don't need much, a little goes a long way. Put the glue on the edges and then attach your box end. Hold it firm for a few minutes. And then grab some pipe clamps. These things are awesome. They move and adjust up and down. So you want to get it to match the length of your box. And then just tighten the grips. Watch out for your fingers. I had to use 2. Once you're done with the glue, make sure you throw away those popsicle sticks, cap off the glue, and put the glue away for the next person who needs to use it later. Now that you're waiting, just wait. It'll be done in about 10 minutes. Those 10 minutes are up. Go ahead and remove the clamps. So, step 9. Now we're going to join the box ends. It's the same process as before. You'll need your power drill, some more nails, and your hammer. Brace the box again in the table clamp. Make sure the drill is going forward, same settings as before, and think about where you're going to drill. Don't drill on a curved edge. Drill on a flat edge. Always take that battery out, guys. Now you can nail in your fasteners. You're good to go. Nothing's poking out the other side. Fantastic. So now is step 10. We're going to sand those box edges. Make sure you have your safety glasses and grab that safety visor again. We're back on the belt sander. My ends didn't match up quite the way I would have liked, so I'm just going to finish and polish off this look on the belt sander. Watch your fingers and always think about where you need to put the wood. Only hold it on there for about 3 seconds at a time. It'll take wood off incredibly fast. It's awesome. Once you start to get the look you want, you're good to go. The tip with working with scrap wood is you just have to work around a lot of things, but it's always worth it. Always turn that belt sander off when you're done. And then when you're 100% done with that belt sander, go ahead, get a brush and sweep off all of that excess sawdust. There'll be a lot. Don't forget to sweep it up on the floor as well, and into a dustpan, and into the trash can. Alright, there it is, the finished box. The joints hold on both the ends and the frame. None of the nails have come through in the center. They're all hidden and doing their job holding together the box. The back has been flattened for an even surface, and now you're ready to plant some plants in there. You can use it to organize all sorts of things, but this is your basic butt joint box. Good luck, guys.